Shalom. Check, 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 check. All right. Sure. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom. Um, Even though nobody in the on the stream yet, but still I gotta give all praises. So Kalala Limla, how about Shemel Shai, Bashimaka Kodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth. To the sisters out there as well, that part of the body, the ministry, you know. Shalom to you as well. To the Akim out there that you know not yet a part of a camp, you know, are those that aren't prophets but still, you know, in tune with the doctrine, still believe and call upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Shalom to you all as well. All right. Um, this lesson, is gonna be very simple. You know, um, the what actually lead me to the title of this lesson is I was basically scrolling, you know, um, on TikTok, right? For those who aware of TikTok, say more while we are scrolling, you book up on some live videos, right? So come across a particular live video, where they were wanting somebody to come up and debate, right? So the topic that they had in the background that they want to debate about was that we are not in the last days, and that um and that nobody knows when the Lord is coming, right? Now, while that last statement is true, nobody really knows when the Lord are gonna make him return. You know what I mean? See, as a matter of fact, we just bring it out. Um, all right. Matthew 24. I'll just get it from scripture. I will go there anyways. So this is right. So it's this is Matthew 24 and verse 36. It's um it says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Right. So yeah, the scriptures does say that nobody knows the time or the hour, when the Lord are gonna make him return. You see me? However, right? However, there there are still guidelines, that we need to follow, right? that there are hints, or what they would have called the movie world Easter eggs. You know what I mean? Hidden, there are hidden messages and hidden clues and secrets that can tell you say we're in the last days. You know what I mean? And which is why Yahweh Shai said for watch. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, even this same in this same chapter, further down, it tell us that it tell us yo, you're supposed to watch, right? So even though you don't know the exact time, you're still supposed to watch the times. You're supposed to still watch the things that are happening around. You see me? That's why we have prophecies. How you gonna know when a prophecy is fulfilled or a prophecy has come to pass if you're not watching the events that lead up to that prophecy? You see me? Right. So going back to Matthew 24. As a matter of fact, let me just go to right. As I say, oh yeah, I go know. See me, this is Luke. Uh, over there. Yeah. So this is Luke 12 and verse 40. It says, "Be therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when you think not." Right? So as we say, even though yes, no man knows the exact hour, it's just mentioned here again, right? But what it said, it's supposed to be ready, right? Be ready, right? And how you be ready? Let's go back to Matthew 24 again, right? And this time we're gonna read verse 42. See, it said, uh yeah, it says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. All right. So let's do this. Let's go to, oh no, not, let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42. All right. Let's turn that on. Let's bring up verse 42. All right. So no, so this is all right. So this is the root. Sorry, this is the word watch from Matthew 24 and 42, and it is the Greek word Gregorio, Gregor, Gregorio, wait, Gregorio, Gregorio, yeah, Gregorio. It says to watch metaphorically give strict attention to, be cautious, active, right? It says to take heed lest through remission and indolence some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. See? Now, yeah, right? So it says to give strict attention to, you know what I mean? So if you're not paying attention to what is happening around you, and actually matching back those things with what the scriptures say, then of course you're gonna come up with an idea or a notion that we are not in the last days, right? Because obviously you're not watching, you don't understand the times that you're in, you don't understand the prophecies either. See, um, as a matter of fact, let's grab this. Where's my See, now, so what the scripture said, you're supposed to do, right, while you are watch. Right? And you can only do this if you're watching. See, it says, this is Salakia. Second is just 8, sorry, 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Seen, right? So it had say, oh, so again, there is no excuse for I want to come out and say we're not in the last days. You know what I mean? If you're gonna say that, you're obviously not following the scriptures. See, because it tells us, oh, you're supposed to watch, and it also says you're supposed to measure the time that you're in. See, so even though no man know the exact time when the Lord are gonna make him return, that not means that you're supposed to get caught. You're supposed to make yourself get caught unawares, or not knowing, say, yo, a time for, or the master is coming back, yo. See, there's no way yeah watch and say we are not in the last days, yo. You get what I say? Because there's prophecies upon prophecies upon prophecies being fulfilled right now. See, unless your point is that the last days is not tomorrow. See, yeah, well, obviously we wish it were, you see me? But obviously tomorrow another last day, you see me? But we are actually in that time going up to we are actually in the last days, yo. You see me? Based on the things that we see happening, based on the prophecies we have fulfilled, we can tell us say, yo, we're in the last days. See, is it not in the last days where um Esau's new world order go get set? Seen? Is it not in the last days where it's where that it mentions in Job, say the most I got disappoint him, I got disappoint Esau, seen? I got when him about to fill his belly. Are we not in that time when he's about to fill his belly? Seen? Pay attention to what's happening here. See where it we if you pay attention to things like um what's happening over in between Russia and Ukraine, right? That's very important. Pay attention to what's happening between Israel and Iran, because that also is very important, right? The movements that are being made in you, as a matter of fact, all over the world, right? There are moves being made in Europe. There's moves being made in Asia. Seen there are moves being made on on um um on civilians basically. Seen, because you have to remember we still have the climate lockdown for worry about. Seen, and this is not no conspiracy theory, because them say it out of them own mouth. Say, oh, there's another crisis coming. There's something have to be done about global warming, right? So therefore, there's another lockdown coming. Seen, and they must say, oh, it have to be stricter than COVID, because while COVID lockdowns helped to bring down certain emissions, it wasn't enough. See, so now them actually have the blueprint and know what needs to be done. So it's just a matter of doing it, yo, right? There are so many things in play right now, so many things set up right now, you wouldn't even believe. See? And all you oughta know, because yeah, watch and yeah, measure the time. See? You're putting all these pieces together. So let me just finish this and then you know. So again, this is second Ezra chapter 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, Salakia, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speak of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? We will begin to see uproars happening. So okay. Right, we see a lot of uproars happening, people protesting, um the economic situations in different countries, right? And as a matter of fact, best believe said there's gonna be a lot of protesting when it comes to these climate lockdowns. You see me? There's gonna be a lot of unrest, you see me, when these powers that be decide say, yo, look, right now something have to get done immediately about global warming. Them are go create some form of event to say, oh look, everybody needs to stay indoors. Look what happened right now. This is something I get, this is getting out of hand, you know. The planet is warming up too rapidly now. See? So therefore, everybody have to go just stay inside, and then gradually there's going to be a new norm, isn't it? It's going to be a gradual new norm, right? Wherein, okay, you can start come out now, but here what? Carpooling, isn't it? Sell a car, um, get, take public transport now. Because remember, you will own nothing, but you will be happy, right? Don't forget that. You will own nothing, but you will be happy. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring it up right so. So these are the things you're supposed to look for and know say yo, they in the last days. Yo. Listen, the evil Christians have a better, well, not even gonna mention Christianity right now. Yes, you will own nothing, be happy, right? What are you talking about? Give me a sec. Give me a second. Let me just run through this real quick, guys. Just so let's talk about okay, so does not have a stated goal framework. Uh, yeah, no, uno's juicing with the system. So I don't really trust certain information from certain so-called fact checking websites. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna look for. All right, so see here it is. It says you will owe nothing. All right, so you will owe nothing and you will be happy, right? Because what them are aim for, is for bring down carbon emissions, right? So, and that is basically, the scapegoat what them are going to use in order to be able to control everyone and control everything, right? So our resources are going to come through them, right? Them are going to tell you what to eat, what not to eat, them already are do it, but them what them are do now, them are make it sound like suggestions, right? You know, in order to keep down carbon emissions, we need to stop eat cows because cows, cattle, release a lot of um, so-called certain gases into the atmosphere, and it helps very, very. Um, you're gonna have like a carbon footprint as well, where certain things you're not gonna be able to do um that much of, right? So let's say you're shopping online, right? Certain things them are gonna make it a way where you don't need to shop online for certain things, or them block you from making certain amount of purchases. You see me, because what them are gonna say is, you know, um the emissions where I get produced in order to make the item that you're ordering, the emissions for when it comes to logistics, right? Whether it's a plane or a boat or a vehicle to carry that item to you, you know, all of that process, adds to your carbon footprint. See, so you see where this thing is actually going, So you can see where this thing is going. Um, but let's see. Right, so as I say, so as I read before, it says, when there shall uproars of the people, these things are gonna cause a lot of uproars, you know, right? A lot of people are gonna protest these things. See, and you already have countless videos on the internet, countless information out there of people who realize what's happening, and basically, blowing the trumpet, right? Some of them might not be in the scriptures, as in, you know, them are not Hebrew Israelites, or them just not believing that scriptures, they not read scriptures, along with their information, but nevertheless, them information what them are bring out, it's factual, right? So let us grab right. Okay, so another one. This is yeah, this is one of my favorites when it comes to prophecy. You know, oh no, wait, let me start. Yeah, this as well. All right, so this is Habakkuk 2 verse 1. Right, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. You know what I mean? So I could go yes real quick. See, because again, um, no man knows. Yes, Salaka. Right. So yeah, we don't. Nobody know the exact time, yo. You see me? Nobody knows the exact time. But again, the Heavenly Father have set things into play. So you know what time you're in. You see me? So that you know what time you're in. Right, this is Isaiah 62 and 5. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never sleep, Salakia, which shall never hold their wait. Oh, yeah, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord keep not silence. Right? So yeah, the watch if you're if you're out there, the highways and the byways, um you should consider yourself a watchman because you support, especially if you're the scriptures, consider yourself a watchman, right? And what you're supposed to watch for you first and foremost, you're supposed to watch over Israel. You know what I mean? You're supposed to watch for the danger will come, the times that we're in. See, ancient back in the ancient days, the watchman upon the wall, um, them basically see, them can see from a distance, right? Oh, um, rider coming on camel back, right? Army coming up the road, you see me? And them, make the sound, blow the trumpet or the horn, right? For what? For one of the people. And that's what we're out here for. So come and say, oh, we're not in the last days. That is madness, madness. But again, go back to let's go back to Habakkuk. Right, it says verse 2. And Yahweh said unto me, Salaki, Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right? So how you are gonna know the appointed time if you're not watching the vision? Seen? Or should I say, how is it that we're not in the last days? See me? Because they're not watching the visions, yo. Seen? Only if you are watching, we don't say we're in the last days. Alright, so it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Alright, this is just like a jump to um no, but I go jump. Listen, I could go right. This is second is just 15:1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. So that is what that are we supposed to watch out the prophecies, right? Once you watch the prophecies, then you know what time we're in, right? And once you know what time we're in, you know so we're surely in at the time of the end. Are we in the end, the last days, at the end of days? Whichever, however they want to put it. See? So yeah, as I said before, yo, matter of fact, let me go uh, right. So this is the definition of carbon tax. It says a carbon tax is a tax levied on the carbon emissions required to produce goods and services. Right. So as Mida explained before, if you're, for example, I'm gonna give you the same example. If you order something online, right? Basically what the carbon tax does is um them sorry, what them do is them put a tax or to your carbon footprint, I should say, you know, um, the emissions where it require for produce and for carry the goods to you, you know what I mean? That is added to your carbon footprint, right? Because that emission take place for your sake. You see me, for lack of a better term, right? So because you wanted this item, you see me, this amount of carbon had to be emitted into the atmosphere in order for you get that item. So therefore, you have to go pay that fine, right? And with that, them can have more control over resources. Seen, because when you are limited to the amount of things that you can purchase, you know what I mean, people are gonna purchase less, right? I also not don't forget their digital currency that's coming. See, if you notice, a lot of countries right now going the digital way. Even out here in Jamaica, um, right now we have our own digital um, CBDC basically, which is a central bank digital currency. You see me? So basically, what that is, and as a matter of fact, Jamaica is actually the first country to make that their CBDC official legal tender, right? So you can basically use it alongside the Jamaican dollar. So right, so yeah, carbon tax is a tax levied on the carbon emissions required to produce goods and services. Carbon taxes are intended to make visible the hidden social costs of carbon emissions, which are otherwise felt only in indirect ways like more severe weather events. Right, so that's basically the scapegoat where them use. So, carbon emissions basically a cause um, global warming, climate change. So therefore, in order to bring that down, we need to take these measures and these steps. See? All right. So basically, what me have to go do, basically going on different, going at some of the information, all right? I actually do a video before, upon the whole carbon emission and the carbon footprint, the tax. I'm never going on tax still. And about the digital currency. Yeah, the digital society is what I actually go over. But can do a next lesson on the whole tax part type, you know. So yeah, as I said, hopefully this lesson was edifying. I mean, just to recap, um those who feel like say we're not in the last days, we most certainly are in the last days. All I need to do is watch. Right? Once you watch the prophecies them, we know say we're actually in the last days really. So with that, again, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Want to give all praises and glory to the Most High. Kala Laliam La, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash. Learn us to the apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the active, pushing this word, sincerity and truth. Sisters, Shalom as well. Young men who are not prophets, Shalom to you as well.